How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. Got a really cool video for you today. We're actually going to go talk about digging ponds and how to bid jobs, everything from construction sites to land management type stuff. So this is going to be a really informative video. I got Matt over here with me. Say hey, Matt.
What's up, guys?
So we got Matt over here, and he's going to talk a little bit about what his thought process is when he goes out and bids jobs. But first of all, let's start with some really cool stuff, and let's watch them dig a pond while we're out here. All right, let's get started. Matt, tell me a little bit about the stakes that we got with the pink flags on them.
Okay, the stakes are the top inside of the dam. And you see they're cutting because the dam is actually deeper than the existing grade. So from that, we'll slope down at a 4-to-1 down to the bottom of the pond, which is about 4 foot deep. So they'll come from that grade down 4 foot at a 4-to-1. And then the bottom would be flat. And then on this side over here, the dam's got to be perfectly level, so it'll hold a certain volume of water.
So you talk about 4-to-1 slope. What is it? Is that an industry standard, or is that per job? Or
no, that's per job. A lot of times we'll do a 3-to-1,
yeah,
or a 6-to-1, but it depends on the pond. A 4-to-1 slope, you can get away with a 6-foot grade change without having a fence.
Without a fence.
So a 4-to-1 slope is an accessible slope. It's a 25% grade.
Gotcha. And the area you're working in will dictate what the slope is.
Yes,
or
and
the
room that you have, the treatment volume they're trying to obtain. There's a lot that goes into it. Engineers think about a lot of stuff when they design it.
We talked about that in a couple videos ago about the thought process for actually planning out a project like this and where the water goes and where the grade's going to be and what kind of subsoil you're going to use and just everything. It's a very intensive project to undertake, to be honest with you.
It is. It is.
Matt, as we're walking up this way, I noticed that the hood is up on the 5-ton.
Well, something happened.
Well, you didn't. Now listen, you fired me because I couldn't drive that thing.
Well, Daniel got in it and broke it.
Yeah.
So maybe I should have kept you around. And
I know it. You think I can get back in your good graces?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
What you doing, Daniel?
Messing something up.
Yeah.
Like always.
You don't make a lot of money when you're fixing stuff.
No, none. We're gonna remount this battery terminal right here on here. It melted and got hot. We're gonna take some lead and put back in there and make another battery terminal.
There you go. That's how the pros do it.
That's how the pros do it.
You know, you're almost in my league, by the way. So I use an adjustable wrench versus channel locks, but you're getting there.
Channel locks, like MacGyver.
Yeah,
Mechanicking.
I hear you. And I'm proud to see you using pocket knife on those terminals.
That's what you gotta use to clean them up with.
Well, that makes me proud, to be honest with you. All right, Matt. So what if I am starting or looking into getting into the construction business or the landscaping business or some type of business that requires me to bid out a job using equipment? What am I looking for? What's your thought process? Just tell the viewers what you're thinking about when you're doing that.
So when you first come in, it's a raw piece of land. There's nothing here but trees. So it's hard to see what your grade changes and stuff are. Now on this job, we had a set of plans to go by. So we knew that the clearing was a certain price. So we gave them a price for the clearing. And then we had to say, okay, so how much dirt do we need to move on this job and how much material do we need to bring in? So after we got the clearing price, we sat down and we said, okay, we need such and such tons of crushed concrete and we need so many yards of clay. And that being said, we had to figure out the pricing on that material, and then we had to figure out how long is it going to take us to put this material in, what do we have to haul it in. When we get down to the dirt work, we have to think about the time, the machines, the diesel fuel, the manpower, all that good stuff.
Like you say, you get out here and you think, okay, well, I'll just take the trees out and level the parking lot. It just ain't quite that simple, is it?
No, sir, unfortunately. Like this pond right here, it's not a complex pond, but how would you know what it was going to look like with
sure.
trees all over.
And what about mobilization? And you know, you got to consider
That is a factor. You have to think about what machines do I need out here?
Right.
Where are they at?
Yeah.
Where are they coming from? Where are they going after they leave? So I need to think about that. Now, this customer is not going to pay for us to move to another customer's job.
Sure.
But in the scheme of things, that dozer was on somebody else's job, and I had to bring it here.
Yeah.
So I had to charge him to bring it here. Otherwise, I come out of that myself.
At what point do you think about renting equipment versus what you have in your inventory, or what, like a different specialized piece of equipment?
Really and truly, that just comes with the sheer volume of the work.
Yeah.
This is a big volume job, so we're actually looking into renting some equipment on this job, because we don't have equipment to move this much dirt in a shorter period of time.
Sure.
So we'll look into renting maybe a loader and an off-road truck or something like that.
You know, if you had better drivers on that 5-ton, you probably could have kept that 5-ton to...
Well, it's a... I don't think it was the driver.
Yeah.
I think it's the machine.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Hey, so this is not the only type of jobs that you bid, right? So you bid different other types of jobs and stuff. We're going to go look at some of those today.
Yeah, we're going to look at one other type. We need to go do a pipe job one day and bid one of those.
Yeah.
That would be pretty. This is a totally different animal.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, so let's go just continue on the video, and we'll go check out a different type of job, different type of scenario that he's going to bid on. And so we'll walk through that process as well, and we'll compare the differences between the two. All right, stick with us. So now we're in a different type of setting where we're looking at just some bush hog type work or brush hog type work. So Matt, what do you think about, what are you thinking about when you're looking at this kind of stuff?
Time is key right here.
Okay.
Time and wear and tear on my equipment. So this is all pretty tall, but it's pretty thin. You see how it's kind of sporadic?
Yeah.
So we can run pretty quick. And I can use my 12-foot bat wing out here.
Is that the one that the Branson pulled?
It is. So I can cut all this with that, unhook from it, and grab a small bush hog and go in between all these trees. Now that's where the time comes in.
Yeah.
So if you look, we got to go through all these trees right here.
Right.
That you're talking hours and hours. I mean, this is a full day of bush hogging, at least.
So I'm assuming that it's better to charge by the job versus by the hour type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. One, it protects your customer, so
Okay.
it makes you be a honest businessman
Sure.
instead of just coming out here and saying, "I'll do it by the hour for such and such an hour."
Yeah.
And then you go through there and you hit a stump, it takes you longer, and you slow your tractor down, try to make your money back. Whereas you just give them an upfront, honest price, know what it's going to take you to do it, and that's what it is. You know, if you slow down, if you speed up, you can do it whatever speed you want to, and it doesn't affect your pay.
I think it's more of an incentive for you as a business owner to get it done quicker at that rate, I guess you'd say.
Absolutely. Whereas if you're charging by the hour, I mean, a guy come out here and just take his time, work a little bit, you know.
Yeah, have a potential to not be as productive as possible there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not good for the customer at all. But so you don't worry about, I guess, what about insurance considerations for commercial versus private?
So my insurance covers residential and commercial bush hogging and stuff. So if I'm bush hogging, I sling a limb through one of those windows, which is very likely. Now I probably wouldn't claim that on the insurance just because it's deductible.
yeah, of course.
But we're covered either way. So
Yeah.
we're covered our company's covered up to $2 million for whatever we do. So
Sure. Yeah, so I think that, you know, for these guys that's got these 40 horsepower tractors, these 50 horsepower tractors that are looking to get into like bush hogging, land clearing and stuff like that, insurance is definitely a consideration.
you need it.
Yeah.
You got to have it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't know what this guy's got out there. He may have a jar full of $100 bills and you disintegrate them. He's going to sue you over it. So.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, so think about wear and tear on the equipment, price the job versus the hour rate is a better way to do business and be insured.
It just makes your customers trust you that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. So interesting differences between what we saw earlier in the big construction type stuff versus down here in somebody's woods. All right, just to recap a little bit of what we've talked about, you know, if you're going to go out there and you're going to bid jobs, some things to consider is, you know, the job that you're bidding, the time it's going to take to do that job. Are you going to have to move your equipment or not? Or how far you're going to have to move your equipment, and what type of equipment you're going to have to move. And if you're a small time landscaping bush hogging type guy, are you going to bring a bush hog and a box blade and a disc? Are you going to bring a grapple? You know, is your trailer going to be able to do that? Or are you going to have to make multiple trips with that? And then, as Matt was saying earlier, what skill set?
Yeah, what guy do you send?
Yeah, right. So are you going to do it yourself? Do you have that skill set to get that job done? Or are you going to, do you have a couple of employees? And what employee are you going to do that's going to do it the fastest and do it the best? Because one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to get out there, get the job, bid a job, get the job, and then suck at the job. You know what I mean? So because you're not going to get a lot of jobs after that is what I'm saying.
No, we clean up behind a lot of people that do that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's important stuff, you know, because your name is everything, really, to be honest with you. A lot of people's got some, you know, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but there's some integrity issues out there, and you don't need to be one of them, you know. So anyway, hey, listen, we appreciate you watching. Thanks for your insight, Matt. You know, a lot of people are curious to know this kind of stuff. So hopefully that answered a couple of questions from you. Got any more questions, leave them in the comments below. Over Matt's nugget is going to be a white circle. Click on that to subscribe. And in this area here, it's going to be another video that me and Matt did together. I enjoy hanging out with this guy, man. So
Yeah,
you guys take care. God bless you guys.